Satya Dhamma Reflection on June 3rd, 2022. Disregard is already ultimate, but you have to discard it as well. This is not just dwelling within the extinction. It has to be having compassion and great compassion by purifying through the emptiness. While using the projecting mind in looking, seeing and knowing, use that which is not about the disregard. Don't preoccupy with the mind on and on. Quit being preoccupied with the beingness of the mind. Don't offer anything to the beings. It has to be something that has nothing to do with the non-attachment. The emptiness is to be shared. Don't give the trash of mental karma. This type of mind or that type of mind is the trash. Use that which is the disregard itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself. The non-attachment is not itself as it is. The non-attachment doesn't signify anything at all, child. Share the essence of that which is not the disregarding or non-attachment. Then automatically it will have nothing to do with the mind or anything whatsoever. Emptiness has nothing to do with itself. This will turn into purifying through the emptiness. This is not to dwell within the emptiness or the non-attachment. Don't dwell within the non-attachment. Give no significance to it more constantly. This will turn into purification without limits. Use that which is not about disregarding, so that it will turn into purification of the emptiness. As usual, don't be obsessed to use the mind on and on, dwelling within the mind on and on. To be obsessed with the mind, it will create difficulties. The mind is the difficulty within itself. This is the karmic difficulties of mental karma within characteristic traits, whether with the characteristics within and without, they are all about difficulties. Use that which is not the mind. Continue in the way that is not about non-attachment. Don't be stuck with it. Non-attachment doesn't signify anything. It's not even itself. The emptiness doesn't signify anything. It's not itself. Use it for the blessing. Diligently be active. Long Po talk with the Vietnamese translator. We cannot let the new people to drag around. We have to be diligently active to help them. Don't just receive visitors. You have to help them purify. Give no significance to the non-attachment, to the stillness, indifference or reserved manners, or to be with ordinariness within body-mind attributes. In this way, one does not even realize that the non-attachment is ceasing anything at all. Just give no significance to the non-attachment. Use the reminder of purification in itself. It is for the blessing, it is for purifying. This is to give the essence of the enlightenment and the blessing as one. Remind oneself with the essence. Give no significance to the disregard itself. Don't use disregard first. Later on, there will not be any more reserved manners. The knower and the seer are made substantial. They are the clashes. They are the contacts. Continue in the way that has no significance to the non-attachment. This will purify the overlaying. Give no significance to the emptiness itself. Significance in awakening still creates drowsiness, so give no significance to the non-attachment itself. Then it will be beyond awakening. Beyond awakening. Don't maintain anything. Maintain awakening is still a realm of existence. The 32 realms of existence is derived from maintaining of the mind. Maintaining awakening, maintaining knowing, maintaining seeing, maintaining stillness and indifference. It creates realm of existence within the 32 realms. This is not the way, this is not Nibbana. Even Nibbana is not itself, it doesn't signify anything. Even emptiness doesn't signify anything. No is not even no itself. All these reminders are to purify all the maintaining and thinking of the mind. So diligently use this essence to remind oneself to purify through the emptiness. It's the reminder of the non-attachment. So continue to use the reminder, all the sentences of purification. The disregard doesn't signify anything. Don't add furthermore, because it's gonna add more realm of existence of Titi. Don't add more knowing. The knowing doesn't signify anything either. Knowing in the way of non-attachment, no meanings. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, knowing or not knowing, is gonna be accordingly in the way that is non-attached to itself. So disregard, from disregard itself, no grasping the extinction or the emptiness. This will turn into the great compassion of the blessing. To be stuck with just emptiness, the blessing is very little. This is not of the great compassion. Give no significance to the emptiness, end all clinging to the emptiness. All the clinging through the titi, let's end it. Emptiness is not emptiness itself. This will end all clinging of titi regarding the emptiness. The weak point is maintaining of the mind. Thinking, maintaining. Is not okay. Non-attachment is not itself. Don't maintain the non-attachment. Give no significance to itself. Don't be limited with just disregarding, because there will be maintaining of disregarding. It will maintain extinction, stillness, and indifference. It's blocked. It becomes realm of existence. The emptiness doesn't signify anything. So don't interpret furthermore from this point. Give no significance to the disregard itself. Don't interpret furthermore from this point. This will cease the titi that is circling. It will not become titi that is continue further on. The titi will not add it on to itself. Let's not add more of titi. Keep on as such and open up the senses and sense perceptions by ways of non-attachment to itself. Then senses and sense perceptions will not cling to itself, will not be fixated to itself. Even non-attachment doesn't fixate to itself. It doesn't signify itself. So just remind oneself continuously. Non-attachment is not itself. Remind oneself as such continuously. This will dissolve all the maintaining of states of mind within emotions and feelings. It will all dissolve totally. Use it for the blessing. Use that which has nothing to do with the non-attachment to be used all the same with everything, with no exception, whether it is the beings or not, being realms or not. No exception, because the emptiness doesn't signify anything as it is. Share it all the same so that it will turn into purification of the emptiness within the physical world, samsara, and the beings, including all the earth, air, water, and fire, all realms of existence. Everything will be unwound altogether. Blessed beings. Give no significance to the disregard itself. Don't be limited with just disregarding. Give no significance to the emptiness itself. No is not even no itself. Give no significance to the no itself continuously. No is not the no itself. In all opinions and meanings. That's the titi. If they still preoccupying with opinions and meanings, body, mind, it's still difficult. When you use the essence and not share it, it becomes circling titi. What is it that is about? No significance and meanings and involvement. Huh? This is still titi. Give no significance to itself. No is not no itself. This will purify the terminologies that is used simultaneously. Whatever terminologies that are used, purify it at the same time. No is not even no itself. Disregard, even from the disregard itself. Let's purify everything, because terminologies are just opinions or titi that is assumed. This only reflects that which is not fixated to itself. Terminologies purify themselves. They are not fixated to themselves. Terminologies are not to be used to circle themselves. The reflection will purify itself as it is. Because even no is not the no itself. No is not the no itself. So don't be obsessed to no to anything on and on. This is a circling. This is terminologies that are used in the way that is circling in itself. It becomes samsara. It's stuck. No is not the no itself. Disregard even from itself. All the words of the Buddhas has been obscured. Normally it has to listen and end right there and then. But the recent generation, they just use it until it becomes memories of Dhamma without purification in itself, fixated to Dhamma. The Tithi doesn't discard itself, always having the belief values in right views. This is a delusion in seeing, in giving opinions. No is not even the no itself, child. Disregard even from itself doesn't signify itself. Emptiness also gives no significance to itself. Let's purify terminologies. Stillness is not itself. The indifference is not itself. This will cut off all the thinking mind. Don't use it in the way that is imaginary. Even emptiness is not itself. So don't give meanings to the emptiness, because it's going to be distorted in this way and that way with emptiness. Is there such a thing exist? Even emptiness doesn't signify anything. In the same way, give no significance to the disregard itself, to the non-attachment itself. It doesn't signify itself. So don't try to non-attach to anything whatsoever. Let's purify well. Purify completely without flaw, for right view or wrong view. There's no delusion in Tithi. Even ordinariness, give no exception to it. No is not even the no itself. The disregard doesn't signify anything. This is all about the non-attachment as it is, as it is. So just use effort to remind yourself, because purification will happen automatically. Because if you are in drowsiness, it will affect collectively to everyone. If you sit thinking in meditation, the whole samsara will fall into that state as well. This is the special karmic payback zone within meditation. It is collective. So give no significance to the non-attachment itself, to the emptiness itself. This will purify the attempt to be empty or not. Then automatically it will be without flaw, whether it's being empty or not. Otherwise, mental karma will be preoccupied within states of mind. Every attribute of the mind are considered as karmic difficulties. No significance to the non-attachment itself, that's all. Cutting is right there. Total cutting right there. There is no need to try to let go until it becomes a path. This is not giving ending to the path. Let's end the one who walks the path itself. Then simultaneously it will not become the path of the noble or the world worldlings. This will be aligned with the Nibbana, which is not Nibbana itself, as it is. Proceeding in the way without meanings to no meanings, as it is. Give no significance to the non-attachment itself. Don't dwell within the non-attachment in the form of stillness and indifference. Don't be stuck with just extinction. When you take a long time to drown in something, maintaining something for a long period of time is not called follow ending. Don't regret being the mind. Don't regret to give up the mind, whatever types of mind. The disregard is not the mind. It's not any state of mind or any attribute. The disregard doesn't signify anything in itself. The disregard is not itself. So don't use disregard to make anything out of it. Continue to use the reminder to purify onwards. Give no significance to the non-attachment itself. No is not the no itself. This is not about trying to let go or not let go of anything, trying to liberate from anything or not liberate from anything. It's not about something finishing something or not. Disregard even from the disregard itself. The emptiness doesn't signify anything in itself. No doesn't signify anything in itself. Without disregarding, it won't end. To end gracefully, it has to be helping through ending altogether. That which is not the non-attachment itself, simultaneously sharing to all and everything in the way that is not the disregard itself, not the non-attachment itself. No is not even no itself. Proceed onwards altogether as such. Let the reminder be something that purifies itself. Without self-purification, then it will not become reminder, a true reminder, because it is simultaneous purification of itself and samsara. This is the reminder of compassion and great compassion. If the disregard is there, just give no significance to it furthermore. Don't be obsessed with as it is, as it is, as it is, on and on. That cannot lead towards blessing, is not sufficient for blessing beings. If disregard is as it is, just give no significance to it furthermore. What is it with each as it is, huh? It is sufficient to bless beings because there is the assumed compassion and great compassion. So don't be stuck with just emptiness as it is, on and on. That's not sufficient for blessing. The emptiness doesn't signify anything, so that you're not being obsessed and cling to just emptiness as it is. Get out of here, further away, because you cannot bless beings. That is just decorative flowers, decorative plants. Give no significance to the disregard itself. Let's deliberate cut through for the titi. Don't be obsessed with titi on and on. Disregard like this, like that. This is titi. Don't be obsessed with it. Emptiness like this, like that. Don't be obsessed with such titi. No like this, no like that. Don't be obsessed with such titi. No is not even no itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself. Don't be obsessed to disregard like this, like that. Don't be obsessed with such a titi. Disregard from the disregard itself. Non-attached to the non-attachment itself. This will have no leftover of adding into opinions and meanings. This is sprout head, always liking to give rise to the mind. No is not even no itself. This will be deliberate cut through in itself. Continue to bless. Continue with the great compassion. Whether it is compassion or great compassion, just proceed onwards. Continue onwards. This is not about like this samsara is not lacking of bodhisattvas or the arahants. So for those who help end for all beings, continue with great compassion onwards. Don't be in the way that using titi without purifying itself. Otherwise, it's gonna adding more to itself. Any sentence that is popped up, purify itself right away. Don't let that sentence adding more until become right view, wrong view. It's not ending. This is let's end all opinions. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, is not yet becoming opinions. It turned into purification of emptiness, not yet becoming right view or wrong view, opinions and meanings. Disregard, even from the disregard itself, is not titi. If disregarding this way and that way is the titi, using the disregard as this and that is the titi. So give no significance to the disregard itself. It will not become titi. Then it will not turn into right view or wrong view. In this way, you will enable to bless. The disregard doesn't signify anything in itself. No is not even no itself. These are the sentences that have self-purification, the terminologies that have self-purification. there is no chance to becoming samsara in itself. Don't circle with such tithi, with such terminologies that don't have self-purification. Don't be obsessed to pray Bhutto, Bhutto on and on without self-purification. Always grasping. This is grasping for the base of body-mind, karma overlaying Dhamma, karma overlaying Vipassana meditation, Kammasthana meditation. When you don't let go of the aggregates, instead practicing the aggregates, practicing the knower, this is becoming samsara without letting go of tithi. Instead practicing tithi with opinions and meanings as such is become samsara of tithi. This is not about attempting to begin or to end at all. That which has nothing to do with attempting to begin or to end, it will end all the circling. Then further on with compassion and great compassion. In purifying through the extinction and emptiness which has no pitfall in itself. This is not fixated to the great compassion. The assumed has no fixation to itself. This is the assumed great compassion. Therefore, there is no pitfall in it. Even goodness has nothing in itself. Even the goodness is not about anything within itself. Even the disregard has nothing within itself. Even the emptiness has nothing within itself. What is there to search for to gain negative or positive points in it? Therefore, great compassion that is assumed has no pitfall in itself, because there is no fixation to itself in the great compassion as it is. Non-attachment doesn't signify anything in itself. No is not even no itself. Nothing is within the disregard itself. Nothing is within the disregard itself. So that one will not be limited with just disregarding. To be limited with such is gonna become realm of existence immediately.